Yay, we're live. How's everyone doing? You got two people? Well, never mind. We got one person now. We'll start in like 2 or 3 minutes once we have more people arrive. Mostly today will be consisting of eighth and seventh grade material. Like I think for fifth grade today they have a project on plate tectonics. So you're making a little poster project. Just stating the plate tectonic countries on the plate tectonic. Um, Famous earthquakes that occurred, volcanoes found in the plate tectonic. That's about it. Sixth grade, you have an assessment on organic chemistry. Yeah, this is a short chapter. There's not really that much we can do. And today I'm gonna go over like eighth grade stuff, eighth grade, seventh grade stuff mostly. But it is gonna be related to a little bit to sixth grade because you guys are doing the same thing of organic chemistry, sort of organic chemistry. Also, if you want to participate, you're more than welcome to put it on either on the classroom link down there or on the what's it called comment section. But I'm gonna get started in a few minutes. You guys can participate. Two people. Two people. One level. My mind. A whole new level. Um. Man, people keep exiting answering. Exit answering. You got another person, or that person gonna leave? All right, we're gonna start in a minute. All right, let's get started. So, just a quick refresher with fifth grade. You'll be doing plate tectonics projects. So there's a bunch of plate tectonics on planet Earth. I mostly gave you guys the big ones, so don't worry about the weirdest names. Most of you have either the Pacific Plate, North American, South American, Eurasian, African, and then I think there's the only one that's the smallest one that I gave you was someone's got the Filipino plate, which if you guess what country's on top of it, it's pretty easy. Yeah, just make a mini poster, a sheet of paper is fine. With the drawing of the content plate itself. Some countries that you can find there, if you can look up any famous earthquakes that took place on that plate, for example, whoever has North America, congratulations, you got a bunch of them. There's the ones in San Francisco, the ones in LA, Seattle, a bunch of earthquakes there that have occurred over the past like 200 years or so. Volcanoes, same thing. Like I forget if someone has a Mediterranean plate or not, but with the Mediterranean plate, you just want to like some famous volcanoes: Mount Vesuvius, Pompeii. I'm not sure if Krakatoa was in the Filipino plate, but it's somewhere in the South Pacific Asia, South China Sea or something like that. They'll just find some famous volcanoes. It doesn't have to be active or anything. It could have erupted a long time ago, but yeah, just include that. That's a small little project along with the countries. For sixth grade, organic chemistry. Can't say anymore. You've already kind of talked a little bit about everything, different shapes, formations. But that's pretty much it for you two. Like I have nothing else. You guys have assignments to take 2 days, give or take. I'll finish either today, tomorrow. You're going. I just need it done by tomorrow and give you a grade. But the main course I want to talk about was you go away. Main thing I wanted to talk about was seventh and eighth grade stuff. So again, if you guys want to stay, you can stay. If not, you can watch the repeat. Your call. But I want to talk a little bit about nutrition and health because I think. Oh yeah, sorry, eighth grade. I gave you virtual lab yesterday from the last section. Yeah, I forgot to give you that on Monday. That was supposed to be Monday. My bad. I flipped them, so I'm like, oopsie. Gotta give it to you at least. So today you'll do a couple of brain pop videos related to nutrition, body weight, and organic foods. You'll have a project on it next week. Not sure if on Tuesday or Wednesday. You'll have 2 days to do it. But basically, with nutrition and fitness, let's go. I'll talk about the day of fitness tomorrow. Just make it short. With nutrition, you have many different things you have to eat. You've heard these words before, like carbohydrates, proteins, fats, waters, vitamins, and minerals. Carbs are basically what gives you a quick bursts of energy. They're like store packets of sugar. Like if you remember this, and this is for six or two. Um, Carbs basically are small packets of sugar crystals that, when consumed into your cells, they create power to do an action, or in this case, just move. Your cells move, but then whatever you do with that motion, well, that's up to you. The bigger motion, that's up to you. Proteins, these help build and repair the body. They're basically small packets that allow the cell to repair itself or prepare for reproduction. Fats are types of stored energy. This is basically energy that can last a while, won't expire or anything, but if not consumed, it can turn into bad stuff, and that's something that makes you water is used for transitioning, for allowing cells to, excuse me, um, to communicate with, you can say, other cells. Like the nutrients, oxygen, all that passes through water. So that's what water is important. That's why you have to drink a lot of water. Our body, you can say wastewater, but at the same time, there's other factors that we need water. But the main reason is so that nutrients can enter the body and exit. And same thing with like cleaning the cells themselves. Water is good for everything. Vitamin minerals, those are basically help specific parts of the body. Like they help either like with vitamin D, calcium, that's used for bones and stuff like that. C is to prevent scurvy. E is for skin, if I remember correctly, and I think A is for eyes or something. I don't. The reason why they're named after a letter, there's some weird ones where it's like double K or something. Yeah, don't look that up. It's like weird. They're abbreviations. So just take the first letter off, and that's what you get. Except for the ones that have weird letters. Those, unfortunately, they take two vowels or two consonants for a vowel to come up with their reason for naming. Now here's the thing: in your textbook between 128 and 129, you'll have this tomorrow in your review. This choosemyplate.gov and some other stuff like nutrition facts. It's recommended everyone has two what's called 2,000 calories a day, give or take. You'll burn out around half of it naturally through your body. The other half you have to somehow get rid of it. whether through exercise, through activity, something to constantly have your cells burning energy. The problem is, as I said before, like I think it was 2 days ago, if you do not get rid of all this excess energy, your body will eventually start building fat. Like after a certain amount of calories, I forgot how much. I think it's 1,500, 1,200. I forgot. After you build a certain amount of calories, they'll add it's fat, saturated, well, a little bit of saturated fat, but it's more like unhealthy fat, the one that clings onto you. This is a good. If you ever looked up on YouTube, there's an episode of That's a Raven or Disney Plus. Watch an episode of That's a Raven when they talk about like what fat looks like inside the human body, because there was like this evil organization that was trying to replace all the healthy food in the cafeteria with junk food, and literally it gets real fat and it's disgusting. But yeah, it makes you think about it. Like when I was a little kid, I love fried foods, I love sugary stuff, and then when I realized, oh, that's not good, and I kind of lost weight and then gained the weight back. Just that's all the reasons why. But um, I'm starting to lose a little bit of. But even then, it's like also one thing that you'll hear, and some of you might have this for your project, yo-yo dieting. That means when you gain weight and you lose it and you gain it again, and then that's unhealthy. That's super unhealthy because your body will not be able to adjust quickly. It takes a while for the body to adjust, like give or take a couple of months. But yeah, on nutrition facts, you always want to have roughly 100% of everything. You might not get 100% completely, but it's recommended. Get as close as possible, 100%. If you go over, that can cause some health issues. Like, for example, eating too many bananas will be bad for your going to the bathroom. The My Play thing, that's actually brand new within my lifetime. Like that, we had the food pyramid, if you remember that. It said like, oh, you have to eat grains and cereals or whatever on the very bottom, and not so many sweets, but then dairy. But in the end, after a bunch of testing and scientific research, they were like, bread makes you fat. Too much bread makes you fat, and they were saying you should eat a lot of bread, and it's like, what? So they got rid of that weird pyramid where like you have to eat the most breads, and now it's you have to eat a good balance of everything. Good balance of grains, proteins, vegetables, fruits, dairy to an extent, and water. And technically, water should be there, like water in that plate on the 129 should be every time. It's recommended you at least drink around a liter or two of water a day. Yeah, that's a lot of water, but it helps the body. The thing is, if you don't, you'll start experiencing dehydration. Again, I'm gonna reference Cells at Work. There's a really good episode on dehydration, even though I can't show it because I don't think all of you have Netflix. Or well, you can watch on Crunchyroll, but so I know some of you don't want to read the subtitles. But there's a really good episode on that on dehydration, which covers like literally that's how your body feels. Your cells are exhausted. They're working their butts off to complete their mission, to complete passing nutrients, oxygen to everything. And once they run out of energy because or it's too hot, they can't cool off, or there's not enough water to take off the excess carbon dioxide and all the waste, your body goes into shock and you faint and possibly die if you don't get help quickly. Um, Poor nutrition. Um, there's two difference between poor nutrition with poor nutrition. I want to talk about two things. Overweight, obesity. There's something called the body mass index, which you'll talk a little bit more in high school. But the body mass index is like a percentage wise of how much you should weigh roughly, give or take, healthy, so you can live a good healthy life without the minimalist complex of health problems. Now, when it comes to that, you need to keep an eye on it. Because, for example, a tall person, it's fine if they weigh a lot. It's fine. But for a short person, they shouldn't weigh that much. Also, it depends on your family genes. Sometimes being overweight is really unhealthy because of either cardiac or other cancerous reasons or stuff like that. But there's a difference. Overweight is the first step post normal weight. And if you're between the good body mass index of how much you should weigh for your height and age too, um, you're fine. You're fine. But once you get overweight, that's when you gotta be careful. Try to lose the pounds as best as possible. I can tell you from experience, I'm technically overweight. Trying to maintain, go down, not up, because once you get to obesity, which I believe is like 25% over what you're originally supposed to be, your body mass index is supposed to be, that's when things start problems start happening. You could get high blood pressure. Your bones start to degrade much easier because they can't handle, especially your leg ones. Your leg bones can't handle your body like standing, and they get lead complications. Like I know it's fun to make fun of a fat man, but at the same time, they're struggling, and it's a big regret. I've met a lot of people that have been overweight, and they kind of regret being overweight. It's having not overweight, obese. Back when I was a kid, obesity was a big epidemic. I don't know why people were like eating like they're gonna starve to death, like Patrick would say, for eating his chocolate bar. But that was a big problem back when I was a kid. I can tell you myself personally, I think I was obese as a kid, a little kid. But after I started exercising more, I lost the pounds, became a little bit lighter. But yeah, just make sure what you eat. Like currently, right now, I'm trying to eat at least one banana or it's equivalent to a banana. Like you could say, oh, power food, superfood. Sorry, superfood. A day just to make sure I get my nutrients on top of everything else. Try to limit snacking as much as possible. I know it's fun to just grab the flaming hot Cheetos and stuff in them all and see if I can survive, but no, it's unhealthy. Don't do that. Stop doing that. But yeah, just keep an eye on that. In the eating disorders, we will talk about the eating disorders. There is two main ones I want to talk about, which are well, overeating is one, but we have anorexia. What's the other one? Binge eating. That's bad. That's basically when you start eating just because you feel sad or you literally can't control yourself, or you're like, it's too good or something. And bulimia. So bulimia is, I'm gonna hit this. Have you ever seen like any scene or heard of anybody do the I'm just gonna puke my food out to trick my mind? I ate. No, that doesn't work. Your body knows you picked it up. So your body's not stupid. Well, because you puke it out. Here's the thing, and it's eighth grade, you know, sixth grade to next thing you know, and also fifth grade. Um, Puking is terrible. Any kind of puking. Whenever you puke, you are literally in trouble of getting really injured. What I mean by that is your stomach acid is so powerful it can melt a bunch of stuff. It's technically melting your stomach as it is, but because your stomach cells regenerate so fast, your stomach doesn't burst. Your stomach doesn't just grow a hole. Um, that's why, but stomach acid is really dangerous. It's like a version of venom. But because unfortunately, the cells that are in your stomach are not on your esophagus or your mouth or your teeth, that acid can burn your throat. That's why people who puke after experiencing bulimia, they feel like poop. Their throats are in pain. Their mouth feels god awful. Their teeth might sting. That's because the acid from the puke makes you feel bad. It burns things alive. And if you do it excessively, that could lead to internal injuries, which and for example, let's say for you don't puke it all out and some of it gets stuck going the other way in the trachea. Whoopsie daisy, you have acid in your lungs. That is bad because your lungs are super sensitive. But yeah, bulimia is one of the disease. Some of you will get this project 7th, 8th grade, but just so you know, it's a really horrible thing. And as much as some people, unfortunately, this is a mental thing, and you can't stop a mental illness. You can help someone get treated and feel better so that they can stop. This is their internal struggle. They need help, but you can't fix it. It's up to the person. Another one with eating disorder, anorexia. This is the one it's more common in girls, but still a little bit common in guys. But anorexia is when you don't eat. I'm not gonna eat anything the whole day. I'm gonna get skinny today. True and false. When you don't eat for a long period of time, like anorexics, yes, you do lose weight. But the problem with anorexia is people who, after they lose the weight, they still think it's not enough. Like they will starve themselves till they look like, you know, oh, excuse me. They will starve themselves until they look like a skeleton, and even then, the skeleton's too fat. I'm like, because the problem is, it's a mental disease, mental disorder. But once they get to that point of feeling like they're still fat or something, and people are trying to stop them. Like it could cause serious disease like fainting, lack of nutrition, weakened immune slash bone systems. It literally does like a lot of things. I've had met people who have experienced anorexia, and it's not pretty. It's not pretty. I feel bad for them. Because even after they start eating, they kind of have a relapse where it's hard for their body to adjust back to eating normally. But it's necessary because if not, their body cells start to starve. Because here's the thing: people think that, oh, I won't eat so I can lose weight. Hardy, hardy, hardy. Um, First off, you the first thing you lose when you stop eating, obviously, is the current carbohydrates you have in your body. Second thing you lose is muscle. What? Muscle? Well, here's the thing: the fat you have stored isn't for the muscles to eat. It's for every other organ to eat, for your blood cells and stuff like that. That's their food. And the thing is, your body when it starts starving, it says like, okay, what don't I need in my body to function? I know the muscles. What do I need them for? Let's get rid of them. And basically, all the food that's left over, give it to the more important organs. Forget the muscles. Forget the muscles. You don't need them. They're all excess. Don't care. It's the same thing with when we'll get to what's it called? Um, gosh, I'm blanking on the name. Frostbite. When you get frostbite, the three main organs that your body only cares about is your heart, your brain, and your lungs. Everything else is extra. I don't care about it. Don't need it. That's why people get frostbite rarely on your head or chest. It's always on your fingers, arms, and legs because your body doesn't care about the rest of the organs. It's like it's expendable. We don't need them. Who needs hands? Who needs feet? Who needs eyes? All you need is a brain, a heart, and a lung. That's it to survive. Like, yeah, but no. I want to live. I want to have the whole experience. But yeah, that's what anorexia does. Basically, it eats. Sure, you might think it's going to eat the fat immediately. No, it doesn't. It eats muscle, or it starves muscle, and then it goes into fat. But the thing is, if you're weak and can't run or can't move your muscles, then what's the point? Anywho, I'll be back. I gotta go take a sniffle. If I have allergies kicking in. Towards the end of the stream. But yeah, what was I? Oh yeah, eating disorders. Um, yeah, with anorexia, your body does not care about everything else. Like it'll only protect those three, and that's the last thing you need because then you feel weak and you don't, and it's hard to regain that strength. Better reasons of dealing with weight issues or nutrition issues: consult a doctor, create a plan to exercise or stuff like that. Because after you create a plan, you know what to work on, especially like working out. Like when people ask me, when you go to high school, too bad we don't do this in our PE class because I did it in my junior high PE class. But in high school, for sure, you will have when you do weight training because I think it's mandatory for everyone, sophomore or freshman year, give or take. You take it for 6 weeks. Yeah. Excuse me. But basically, in weight training, you're given two options of how you want to handle this. Do you want strength or do you want tone? Strength is basically you want to work out to become stronger. You don't care what you look like. That's a reason why some NFL quarterbacks still look chubby, even though they're technically not chubby. they're actually muscular. It's just that that's natural muscle. That's natural muscle. Muscle naturally shapes and forms. It doesn't look immediately like Adonis, Hulk Hogan. No, you actually look much chubbier. But it's all strength. It's all muscle. That's strength training. Tone training. Now that's the one that you think of when you think of, oh, look, he looks so muscular and sexy. Like that's the one that you're usually. It's a little bit difficult because the thing is with strength training, you go for your max. You always try to improve to become the best with short bursts of repetition. Well, you'll talk more about this in high school, but just know that strength training is short, but it's heavy. Tone training, you do a little bit less weights, short, a little bit smaller amounts, but you do more repetitions. And depending on how you work out, and what's your regimen, your training session, and heck, your training partner or sparring partner, you will build the body you want. It takes time. You're not gonna grow muscles within a week. Heck, I don't understand how people quote unquote lose 20 pounds in a week. I'm like, that's impossible unless you legit had surgery. It's more possible to lose a pound a week, but not 1,000 pounds in like a day or two. But yeah, just keep an eye on that. Anywho, yeah, but I'll talk. I'll stay for another couple minutes for questions. If not, I'm gonna head off because I got a few things to do because we have a teacher meetings and stuff. But yeah, what's going on? What's going on? I hope you guys are doing well. It's been raining here. It's boring. Also, for the people that weren't here yesterday, or not yesterday, 2 days ago, Star Wars Day Monday. If I do an assignment that's for some reason it's 2 days, that second assignment is due on Tuesday. I do a lesson plan related to Star Wars. I always like doing May the Fourth be with you. And no worry, it's not gonna be that hard. Easy stuff. No questions to ask, Mr. Robles. I just want to listen to him while I drink my coffee. Kofifi. Is that right, everybody? Kofifi. Oh well. I'll catch you guys soon. Enjoy the day. Don't stay up too late. I know who you are. Stop staying up at 3 in the morning, turning in work. Seriously, dude, your sleep cycle is gonna go whack. I literally, unfortunately, couldn't fall asleep till like midnight, and that's bad. Anywho, take care, stay safe. I'll catch you most likely I'll do a Friday stream just because I think I kind of said everything. If not, I'm gonna have tomorrow a short one with the second half of nutrition for 8th grade. But till seventh grade and or seventh grade, sixth and fifth are ready for new content. That's about it. Stay safe, you guys. Catch you later. Bye bye.